And when you do have them, what's your best line to throw them off your trail?
Man, I just caught one here, one there. You know, just basically anything out there, I caught them on that.
I just make up something silly like a wacky rig and a pink fluke.
I just tell them the truth because they won't believe me anyway.
And what about when you really catch them and you don't want anybody to know that you're really on them?
Well, normally if I catch, or when I catch a good bag, I'm pretty quiet about it. I mean, you know, it's a good bag. Take a few pictures and try to get out there a little bit. The problem is that we have so many great anglers that are on the circuit. I mean, we've really elevated the competition that I compete against now. It's a lot different than what it used to be 20 years ago. Not only that, but everybody has information access. I mean, they can sit down at the end of the night and they can look at all the pictures and pretty much figure out the bait you're using, the technique you're using, where you're fishing in the lake. But a lot of guys honor that, you know, but what they do is they'll take that knowledge and apply it in another area of the lake. So there's a lot of information out there. Usually I downplay it.
A neon green lizard.
It's the line.
I always go black and blue jig.
Black and blue jig, that's a good one. What's your best line?
A drop shot, a Zara spook, and a pink color.
That's good. Your second question, when you do catch them, you don't want to tell what you caught them on. What's your go-to line?
I caught him on the dingle rig.
Carolina rig, chatterbait.
Everybody say Carolina rig.
Carolina rig buzzbait.
I caught them in the water on a fishing rod.
That's a good one. And best wintertime fishing tip?
Just downsize and go slow.
Well, I tell you, there's so many different ways to catch fish in the wintertime. Probably the most important thing for me in the wintertime is think about where the fish are and look, you know, try to understand where they're going to head to, you know, migration routes. You know, whether you're fishing a deep man-made reservoir or a shallow natural reservoir, you know, the bass usually when the water's cold, they're grouped up and they're out a little bit, starts warming, they move in, especially for a spawn. So I usually try to look at routes, catch them on jigs, or whatever you like to fish. I mean, one thing about wintertime fishing that I really love is there's nobody in the water. That's one thing about bass fishing, where we all have a deep love for hunting. So in the wintertime, almost everybody's in the woods hunting. There's no water skiers, no jet skis. I mean, you have the whole lake to yourself. So usually the wintertime is really a great time to go out. You have the water to yourself. But when you put together a pattern and you find a group of fish, it's fun. You don't have to compete for those fish.
I just stay at it no matter how cold it is.
Throw a jerkbait.
Throw a jerk. And your best wintertime fishing tip?
Stay home, it's cold.
Stay warm.
Stay at home.
Stay warm.
Stay warm. And give us your best wintertime East Tennessee fishing tip.
Well, it's actually a little technique that I just learned. Nathan Light showed me how to do it, and it's tight lining. And that's a pretty cool way of catching fish, man. Take a little 3-inch minnow, put it on 1/8 ounce jig head, and it's 4-pound test actually. Catching lots of smallmouth.
Good deal.